Hey guys, we are almost halfway through July, so it is about time for me to work on my June reading journal. If you have watched any of my previous reading journal videos, you might have noticed I like to do cover page and then a calendar page next to it. And I literally do that every single month. I think this is my favorite so far. It is so adorable. And now we have April and May. So colorful. Okay, while I love all of this, I was thinking maybe I could do something different this time. While I love having cover page like this, so cover and the calendar, I want to try add book covers of all the books I have read during the month instead of just the list of everything. But I also want to keep all of these sections. So I was thinking we can maybe move calendar in the middle and make the decoration slightly smaller, and then we can have book covers somewhere here or here. I am not sure yet, so let's try. Because that's what journals are for. Every single month I can try something different. I am not sure you can see, but I have already lightly sketched out my calendar, so it will be here. I was not sure whether to put the bigger part here and smaller part here, so like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or to have 4 days on this side. We should start with decoration first and then I will decide. For some reason, I am feeling we should use yellow. I don't think I had a full yellow theme yet. So we had a pink, we had another pink, and then we had blue, I think, and this was very, very colorful. So yeah, blue. I looked through this Home from Home sticker book and I found right at the back this. And I don't know, I feel like this is so pretty, so cute, so summery, and I really want to use this girl. So yeah, let's do that. I love that we have 2 pages for every theme in this sticker book, but for some reason I never know how to use these big sections because they look really silly on a square page, and it is also quite small for the A5. I probably won't use it today either, but yeah, we'll see. And here I have some yellow flowers and some like home decor stickers. These are from the Wild Pencil. Everything I am using in my journals is always in the description. So if you like something, just look there. And I have already printed some headers and I was not sure which one to use. So we have this style, smaller and bigger, and then this. So we will see what will work best, and we have to use this washi tape. We absolutely have to, and it almost matches with this girl, and I feel like we should have something else than yellows and browns on the page. So this washi tape. Also maybe this orange one, maybe this as well. So I have 2 of those. They are adorable, but this will be just too bold, too green. So I think this one matches better with the page. So this is the plan for now. Okay, it won't stay there. That's fine. And the book covers, okay, let's see. I printed them small. I was not sure how big I want them to be, but since there are 8, let's see. I think we can fit. I don't care how, yeah, they are all mostly upside down, but that's fine. So yeah, like this. Okay, that might work. That means we will stay with the calendar like this. Let's do this cloud washi tape by Marigona Sully, because this is one thing I am not prepared to not have on this page. I spent a little time thinking about what to use here, but I made no real plans, so we will see how this will turn out. Okay, this is cute. And this down here, let's try that. Okay, this might look cute, and I might... Okay, here. I am not sure you can see that, but this washi tape has bunnies and they are adorable. There are only 2 of them, so it is kind of repeating a bit too much, but it is still adorable. Okay, I hoped I would be in like higher spirits, or I don't know, while working on this, but it's Thursday and I've had a rough week at work. So I'm kind of out of energy, but also I just could not wait any longer to work on my reading journal, so yeah, it is what it is. Okay, this is adorable. And now this orange. I never use this orange except Halloween stuff, so it would be nice to use it for something else for once. Okay, so this is done, but I don't really like how there are so many lines. So maybe we could try and tear this off to make it a bit more lively. Okay, this won't. Okay, let's try new tweezers because... Okay, this is so much better. Yeah. And maybe the orange one as well. I feel like we have to do that. Now I like this much better. Okay, let's cut this through. I always cut my washi tapes in the middle because when I don't do that, they kind of bunch up in the middle and then it looks awful. So I will rather look at this white crack in there, but that's fine. The girl. Yeah. And let's see this. This might look nice. I think this one is way too big. So this is where the calendar will start, so yeah, this is way too big. It is always so hard for me to figure out how big I should print my titles, but yeah, this does not look bad either. Okay, so we have 2 options. Okay, we'll see. We should put her somewhere here, but we need to add something more. So maybe let's look here. This is the yellow scrapbook kit. I don't think we will use any papers, no, but let's look through this. Okay, we could use that and maybe some butterflies. No. This is okay. I feel like these butterflies would take away from the page, but maybe let's keep them out. Let's put this back. So some of these might get used, but I would really like to use these 2. They are very cute and they will add something to the page without being too distracting. And then this, it can go behind the girl. If I put her there without anything else, I feel like it would just be like I don't know. I would not like that, so maybe just some layering. This, I think this might be too much, or maybe not. Okay, I really like this. Okay, let's try. It's just a sticker. I can always unpeel that. And maybe we could add a window. Okay. And yeah, I think this already, the first one, might look lovely or even this one. Yeah, I really like the colors. I think this blue is way too much, but this. Okay, we have a winner. Okay, this is just so cute. Bit of red. No, okay, so let's add this in there. And this. Okay, so we should figure out where the girl will go, because I want to have this behind her hand. Okay, so she will like this. Okay, but then all of these will be blank. Okay, I will deal with that later. Let's just put it there. It's fine. Maybe a bit of green. This on there. Okay, cute. And now the girl. Okay, maybe. Okay, I am not sure how I feel about this, but it's fine. It's fine. Now let's see. I actually like this bolder one more. And I kind of even match the color. It could have been more yellow, but it kind of works well with this washi tape, so I will call this a win and we will use that. Okay, so maybe let's see those butterflies. Is this too much? I don't hate it. So no, this is too like bland or something. So this is a plan. Maybe this is too dark. Okay. Okay, this can be not. Okay, okay. Or this. Okay, we'll see. But I really like this. Or maybe we could have just a bit more clouds in there and then some small birds. Yeah, that might be nice, but I like this as well. That's why I very often do voiceovers, because it always takes me so long to decide on something. Let's see if we have something here. I like this goose. It's so cute. I think I will use her here. It might look nice. And then we have some books. Okay, that's on theme, so we could use those. And here we have also some numbers, but I am not sure if this will work well with the theme. I don't know yet, but I will keep this in mind. So let's come back here. I don't know what I want. Let's try the cloud idea. Okay, no, I don't really like that. So let's just go with the butterflies and don't think about it that much. Okay. And let's try these glue pens I just got. And this will be very nice for some of these irregular shapes and for some of these smaller areas on them. So let's try that. Okay. Oh, I like it here. Okay, I kind of like this. So this is so out of my comfort zone, guys. so out of my comfort zone, because I rarely do like oranges and yellows, but it's summer. It's just, yeah, I felt like I wanted to do something brighter, and I finally have some stationery I can use for that. And yeah, the calendar. Okay, maybe I should not do black calendar because nothing in here is black. So maybe if I found something brown, I have green. That might be. And this. Okay, so let's do some swatches. Okay, this is actually kind of okay. Now these, but these are quite thin, so I'm not sure. Okay, that one definitely no. This, I don't know. And let's try one green, because why not? Okay, this is not the right shade of green, so we will not be using that. I actually like this first one the most. Even this one. It's not black, it's brown. But it almost looks black. I don't know, guys. I feel like this will be too bright because we will go over the lines with more color. So I feel like this, even though it is very thin, but I am sure it will work out somehow. So let's see. Let's say it looks okay. I feel like I should go over these outer lines at least one more time to make them a bit darker and bolder. Okay, I really want to add this goose in here, and I have to do that now before I forget. Okay, so we can, oh, that's cute. Here, definitely here, and we can add books in there. Yeah, and I'll do sunflower here, because why not? And this little plant, cute. Okay, let's see some of these. I think we need to fill this somehow. Maybe this butterfly. Okay, that's not bad. I don't think they work well with this color scheme. Maybe this MAC, but then she has one here. So I don't know, I will keep that on the side, but I kind of like this. Yeah, I think we will do that. There are two butterflies right next to each other, but it kind of looks okay. Okay, this always takes forever. Oh, I have the mat. I keep forgetting about this and then never using it. Okay, so this will hold onto the backing for me. Yeah. Okay, that's cute. And let's not forget to peel this. I did not expect to end up with this when I started, but I think I did a good job. Okay, okay. Now this side, and I don't really know what to do here. I think I should have some kind of decoration in here first, and then if the book covers go over that, it's fine. Something with nature would be nice. Maybe just another window. That's also not that bad idea. Maybe some of these. So if, yeah, we will do a tree. Yeah. And then, okay, I think this girl works nicely. Yeah, yeah. So let's put her in here. Oh, this is adorable. And a book, or oh, it's a journal. Okay, so maybe journal somewhere. Okay, here. Okay, that's perfect. That's a perfect place. I think that's it, because this is already so full. Look at me, guys. I say that's it, and I am not adding anything more. Wow. Okay, I feel like my energy is coming back. That's actually nice. I will talk about some of these books now, because I'm not going to talk about them later. Okay, am I missing something? I'm sure I have finished 5 books, and there are only 4. Okay, now it's all of them. So I feel like we should have a series next to each other, and then no, this and this and this. Okay, and this. This is like too much black in one place. This. What about this space? I also got this. Oh, I think here will be nice, and that will solve my problem with too much of one thing in one space. I want to have a bit of space between the book covers because I want to write down maybe star rating, and for some of the books that I have not finished, maybe a percentage I have read. I am not going to be talking about Hunger Games today because I have not finished this. I have finished, I think, 15%, and I have realized I hated the audio narration because it sounded like AI voice, and I hate that. So I returned that and I went to listen to the First Law trilogy, and I never came back, but I definitely should. I think there was a sale on Audible or something like that, so I took advantage of that. This I am also not going to talk about today because I have finished it just yesterday, and since it's already July, this will be in my July reading wrap up. And yeah, this one I have also finished just a few days ago. I like this pen, it is so much quicker. I only hope it will last long and it will actually work, and the book covers will be still stuck a few days later because you never know. Okay, so this actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I am happy with that. I kind of want to have something in here. Okay, maybe this arrow, so it will point to the books. Yeah, why not? Why not? And okay, let's see about this mug. It might look nice. Yeah, why not? And a tea next to it. Yeah. Okay, this is cute. And now we need to figure out our numbers. Yeah, so we have this, as I mentioned previously. Now let's look into this magical book. I feel like I have yellow, and this is not the right yellow. And I am not sure how it will look. Also this green. Let's pull it out. This maybe. Oh, yellow. Oh, okay. No. Is this the same? No, this is more orange. And this, okay, this is another type of lettering, so it's cute. Okay, now I feel like I have too many options. Okay, so let's see the green. No, it might be maybe a bit too much, but I might try and find some green like it's here in this washi tape to put in the calendar. This works very nice. So this is more cute, more bubbly, and this is like standard. So maybe I should go with this to slightly match this. I think this is the winner. Okay, as always, even these mini number stickers. Okay, let's try put them in the corner. I have never done that. Oh. So they are in the description, but this is from a Czech online stationery store. So if you are not in Europe, I don't think that's a good option for you. But there are many more stationery stores in US and all around the world than in Europe, so I am sure you will find something cute as well. Now I'm looking at this calendar and yeah, I'm wondering if I did this right, but we will see. Yeah, this is okay. I just always get scared when I'm working with the calendar that I did not draw it properly, but yeah, seems it's okay. Okay, this actually looks quite cute. And now for the calendar. Okay, this is actually so cute. I can't stop looking at this. Adorable. And now watch me ruin it with markers. Because the calendar is always so colorful. Like here, it's just too much. Here as well. And here. Yeah, there is so much, always so much color. But I do it because I like it. So this is my reading calendar. I just printed out from Storygraph. They always do your monthly statistics, which I love. And here I can see which books I have read which day, which is perfect. There is a question if I will add colors in this calendar based on theme or on the book covers. I think this time we should go with the theme, and maybe I could only have like 2 or 3 colors. Yeah, so maybe blue, yellow, we need to have yellow of course, and orange, and I said green. I think this is pretty close, so we need to find marker 99. Yeah, okay, that was quick. I kind of like this one, or maybe we can do both. Let's see, blues. I think the only one that will work is 87. It is still too much. Or I have the... Okay, so I'm not going to pick this one yet. I have these highlighters and I keep forgetting about them. Okay, this maybe. I'm not sure, but also we should look at her. These two should work nicely. And let's try this yellow. Yeah, okay. Let's put this back. Okay, this is still pretty colorful, but it is in a theme, and no matter what I do, it will be very, very bright, but that's fine. I am again overthinking this, as always. So I am thinking maybe we could have yellows and oranges for the books I have spent most days reading, so it will be a lot of yellow and orange. And then we can have just like a touches of blue and green. Yeah, let's just go with it. Like, why not? Let's do Ghost Station. So it was okay. This is pretty nice. Okay, I almost matched the title. Okay, so the yellow is for Hellbent. And when I do have longer lines in here, I like to write the title a few times. I think it looks better that way. So I keep doing that. And that's Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So it's 13th. I could not get into that book, so I read it very, very sporadically. But I managed to finish it. Okay, so it is done and it's nice. It does not look as out of place as I thought it would be. I am not going to write the star ratings in here yet, because while I am writing my reviews, I often change my star ratings, and often to worse. So yeah, I don't know why I am that weird, but that's okay. But what I can do is write how far I got in the books I have not finished. 67%, 15%, and 43. And this will also make my life much easier next month, when I will need to figure out how many pages I have actually read. So this is kind of practical as well, and so cute. Okay, so this is the cover page, and I think it's so pretty. And I really like that I kept these elements of my reading journal in here, but I really like this as well. And maybe if I do this next time, I could have a bigger part of the calendar on this side, because this is, now that I look at these covers, They look kind of spread apart, maybe a bit too much. We could have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in here, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in here, and book covers here. Also, depending on how many books I will read or I am reading now in July, and to be honest, it is not that many, so that might be a good way to go. But other than that, I think this is pretty cute. What do you think? Oh, it's lovely. Honestly, I am so happy with this. Okay, and now we should talk about all of the books I actually finished in June. And we will start with, I don't know, my voiceover decides. Okay guys, first thing first. I have got a new ring, and you will see me wearing this during the rest of the video because it was delivered right before I started to work on my review pages, and I loved it so much I did not want to take it off. It's gorgeous and it looks so nice with my nail color. And yes, I have nail appointment next week because my nails are already so long. Anyway, let's start with my least favorite book I finished in June, and that is Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes. My first book by this author, and to be honest, I have already forgotten I have read it. If I have not seen it in my Storygraph stats, I would never even knew I needed to write a review for this, and all I can say is that I remember fantastic dark atmosphere with some horror elements in space. I think they were on a planet, abandoned one, and that's the only good thing I can say. Yeah, the rest was not that good. The biggest problem for me were characters, especially the main female character, because I remember her arriving on that planet after everyone else with her stupid little agenda, and no one wanted her there, right? And of course the leader of this group was quite grumpy because she was there, and I vividly remember that one time when he was not rude at her for a second, and she immediately started thinking he liked her, and she started planning their wedding in her head. Like, come on. And she was supposed to be a therapist. Seemed like she was the one who needed therapy the most. The story itself was so bland and uninteresting that if I was not in the middle of a very cute 1000-piece jigsaw puzzle, I would have DNF'd it immediately. I put this on 2x speed instead, which I never do. I usually listen to 1.1 or 1.2 speed, but I should have DNF'd it. This was a torture. By the way, this is the puzzle. It is adorable, but extremely difficult, and I spent forever on this. So, the problem I face often with audiobooks is that once I start, I am committed. Even when the book is bad, it takes a lot for me to actually DNF it, because if I do, I have to think about what to read next, and I have just made that decision. It is way easier when I am reading a series, because then the next book is given. But when I have to pick a completely new book out of that vast amount of possibilities, I procrastinate on it for as long as possible. If I had read this physically, it would be DNF for sure. I don't have that big of a problem to DNF physical books because my bookshelf, even when it is full of books, there are still less books to choose from, and I already bought them because I was excited to read them for some reason. Anyway, maybe I should have listened to both Goodreads and Storygraph ratings, but I sometimes like giving a chance even to books with a lower rating, but this book was not the best time to do that. So, to summarize, great cover, boring plot. And I did it once again, guys. For the book I did not care much about, I managed to make such a pretty page in my reading journal. I decided to do a black background because these cute sticker sheets have black background, so they would look pretty silly on white, and yeah, I love how this page turned out. Now, let's talk about Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce. This book I continued immediately after finishing the Dungeons and Drama last month because I enjoyed that one so much. But with Dating and Dragons, I had a really hard time to get into the story and to even care about the characters and about the story. I could already guess from the beginning what would happen, but that's not the point. I don't read books like these to be surprised by some big twist because that rarely happens, but I read them to enjoy the ride. And eventually I did, but it took some time. Somewhere by the middle part of the story, I finally felt interested, and I am so glad I persisted. I do not think I will read a more enjoyable romance book than Dungeons and Drama that I read last month in a long time. So maybe this book had a bit of a disadvantage being read right after that, but who knows. This story is revolving again about teenagers playing D&D, and this time we got to experience more of the game itself, which was interesting, but maybe not really helpful for the plot. Their D&D games were streamed, so they all played their characters and they took it very seriously, so they did not interact with each other as they normally would. And because of that, we were missing the fun banter between them, so the game sections felt off and they made these unnatural breaks in the story. But the grandma was the best. She made this book so much more funny and enjoyable than it would have been without her. She, of course, was set on getting our main couple together, and not in the most subtle ways. And while I thought her annoying at first, she grew on me big time. I decorated this page in more cutesy style with pink and bows and lots of blue as well because of the cover. I loved that I had this adorable sticker sheet by Izabova because it made this page look so fun. And while both of these pages are quite different, I think they look so good next to each other. In June, I also finished Hellbent by Lee Bardugo, sequel to Ninth House. I started reading this one almost immediately after I finished Ninth House, but this story was not as enjoyable, and a friend spoiled one of the bigger events of this book to me, so... But I still had a better time with this than with the Ghost Station, which I guess does not say much considering that one was almost a DNF. There was so much going on in Hellbent that I was losing track at times, but I felt bored in some parts. I loved that we spent more time with other characters, but at the same time I was missing Darlington. Yes, he was in the book, but after what Alex and her group has gone through multiple times because of him, I'm trying so hard not to spoil you guys. So after all that had happened, they don't even talk to each other about anything really. No talk, no reunion, no silly commentary, except multiple mentions of once glowing manhood. This book could have hit so much more. There are many more things I did not enjoy, but this was the main one, and I don't want to spend forever on bad aspects of this book because in the end it was still quite enjoyable. And it kind of reminded me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let me rephrase that. Of the whole series of Buffy, which well, maybe a good or a bad thing. Considering I love Buffy, I will say it is a good thing, but from the aspect of Ninth House sequel, maybe not so much. I just have to say I expected more from this book, but I will still read sequel when it comes out, and hopefully I will like it as much as I did Ninth House. And lastly, let's talk about first two books in the First Law series by Joe Abercrombie, The Blade Itself and Before They Are Hanged. I have been meaning to reread these for such a long time, and I finally did. I have read this series for the first time during high school, I think, so it was good 16 or 17 years ago, and I did not remember a single thing except some kind of wall, and that was in book 3, which we will be talking about next month. It took me a little while to quote like these characters. I know they are not supposed to be likable, but all of them grew on me with time. My favorite character is, of course, Glokta. I think that's what everyone else says as well, but he's just so relatable and he's not afraid to speak his mind, and he does so in such a sassy way. I honestly wish I could do that good as well. There were quite a few graphic scenes which I did not mind. I, on the other hand, found those interesting. Now, what that says about me, right? There was a scene, I am not sure in which book now, when they were, let's say, relieving a person of the burden of having fingers. And they were doing it slowly and methodically. And I remember listening to this section while walking to work in the morning, and I was referencing their progress on my own hand, and I felt that. I felt that so hard. I will remember that for a while. As you have probably noticed, I've been decorating both of these pages at the same time, and that's because these sticker sheets by, again, Isabella were absolutely perfect for both of these series, and I was so excited to work on this spread because I knew I would have lots of fun. And now, guys, I feel like I need to buy more and make a whole bullet journal theme with these stickers for October or something like that. Okay, now that all the book reviews are done, we can flip to the beginning of this journal. Also, this matches so nicely. Okay, so we can flip to the beginning of the journal and fill out all of my yearly and monthly trackers. So let's do that. Reading goal. I really wanted to use yellow for June, but since we already have yellow in here, we will go with orange because there is a lot of orange in my cover page as well. Okay, let's not forget to color this one in. And I finished 5 books, so I will color in 5 squares. Okay, 5. It looks so colorful. Okay, for books I have read, I have already filled this list in, so we just need to add ratings. I think the Go Station was 1.5, Hellbent 3.5, Dating and Dragons, I think 3.5 as well. Yeah, and Blade itself was 4. And Before They Are Hanged, also 4 stars. Okay, oh! I swear every single month one of these falls in. I think last month it was the books section. So yeah, let's just... It is sometimes difficult to keep paper glued on the page, especially when you use PET tape or washi tape underneath. It's just... It does not want to stick well, even when I am using good glue. Like, this is the best that we have, except like super glue or something like that. But I don't want to use that in my journal. So this is done. Now for covers red. This is turning out to be my favorite spread because, like, look how colorful. So I need to find my book covers now. One. The last one, and now I need to figure out in which order I finished them. I think this one was first, this and this. Let me check with my calendar. Yeah, Go Station, Hellbent, Dating. Perfect. Okay, and I'm going to use this again because it's so handy, especially when you have like these smaller covers to glue in. So 1, 2. I am so curious to see how long this will last, and if they will last long enough, I will definitely get many more of these pens because this is so easy and so quick. Yeah, in the last one. And yes, if you are curious, these are from Journal Say. I just showed them in my last video where I showed you my very big journal say haul, and these were there, and like I'm so happy with this. So yeah, there is a link in the description for this if you want to check them out, and for everything I have used in this video. Okay, this is so nice. Here we have RyeMi shelf, and we are actually going to make some progress in here because like this is disastrous. Okay, so I have Sama Čepel and Až budou viset. That's Czech for the blade itself and before they are hanged. So these two, and then a hellbent. Yeah, so we managed to check 3 books, which is perfect. Now for series tracker. Oh man, I feel like I won't have enough space for all of my books this year, but that's fine, we will figure something out. I finished... I read the second book in the Alex Stern series, and the third one is not out yet, but it will be shortly, so I already have a dot for that one prepared. And then I read all the books in Dungeons and Drama series. I think that's a series, or they are companions, who knows, but I logged it as series. I need to add the First Law series by Joe Abercrombie, and that one has 3 books. Spoiler alert, I finished the third one already, so next month we will be able to check off one more of the series. Now let's continue. 25 in 2025. Okay, did I read something from here? I don't think so. Oh man, not again. Yeah, but there is one I have already finished in July, so yeah. Not this time though, not this time. I don't know why I am not reading these books. Like, I am so excited about all of them, yet I am not reading them. Okay, here, books bought. So I bought the Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, and I don't even remember me buying that, but I saw it on the shelf, and I was like, yeah, okay, so I apparently have that. And oh, there is one more book. I pre-ordered the Alchemist by Stanley New. So June, Alchemist. Oh, and I also bought the Starless Sea. Oh man, I totally do not remember that, but I guess I did. Okay, anyway, let's move on. So we have our rainbow in here, and I'm going to add Dating and Dragons in the blue section, and I want to switch the metallic prompt for gray, because what was I thinking when I added metallic? But I guess I was reading the sequel to Fourth Wing. I don't even know the name. Anyway, and these are all very metallic, so that's why I put it there. But no, we are going to switch this to gray, and I mean, Hellbent is perfect for that. Okay, and the stars again. So this was 3.5, 3.5 as well. This is looking very nice. Now, days I finished a book. June 5th, so it was Thursday, then Friday, another Thursday, Sunday, and Wednesday. I really like that I chose orange color because it looks so pretty all together. Okay, and statistics. This maybe is not looking very exciting, but I am very excited about this because I love reading stats. So as you can see, I have been not reading physically or digitally much, but I have been listening to many books for many minutes. And I should maybe rework this rating section because I quite often do half stars, and this, I don't have any half stars in first 4 rating sections, so I should probably add that next year, because now it looks like this, and I'll have to figure the average later. Okay, so we are halfway done. This is, wow, this is crazy how this year is just flying. Okay, pages per book. I think we will color in our regular sections in here. Okay, I have done such a bad job with this, but it's fine. Then 2 books between 400 and 500 pages long. One was slightly longer. Okay, this is, I can't color in today. Yeah, it's one of those days. So yeah, as you can see, these sections are obviously my favorite. Okay, A to Z challenge. I don't think we will fill in a lot in here today, but let's see. So we have blade itself. I can fit it in here. And that's Joe Abercrombie, so we can put him here. And then Hellbent, okay. That's Lee Bardugo, I already have her in here. And Ghost Station. Okay, that's it for A to Z challenge. Now we have reading in pixels, and I have already filled in my June, and it looks so good. Yeah, and I have added the Union for the First Law trilogy in here. Okay, nothing here. And for the bingo, I have finished 3 books from my bookshelf as we seen on this page, so I can color this one in, and we have another bingo. I only have to read a gifted book and manga or a webtoon. So yeah, we should be done way sooner than the end of the year comes. Let's hope. Okay, and I think the last spread is buzzword challenge, and I also don't think I have much to add in here. So I think we can only add dating and dragons for animal in the title. So let's do that. Okay, cute. And that's all of that for my yearly and monthly challenges and lists. So let's now see my June pages again. Oh, we need to add stars in here. So what if I used orange? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, my stars are atrocious. I need to find star stamp that's just blank stars, because yeah, this is so awful. I have 1 star stamp that is just 5 stars, but they are full, so you don't have to mess with the ink and everything, and yeah, I just can't be bothered. And the other one I have is, it has word rating on top of these stars, and it's just like, I don't really like that. Okay, it's a good thing I went with orange because it's not that visible. Well, I'm not going to lie, it is visible, but that's fine. That's fine. I will. I don't know. I don't like this, but it's too late now. Anyway, this is my June cover, and as I said a million times already, I think it's beautiful. I really like what I have done with this spread. It's just so fun, so summery, so orange and yellow, which are the colors I very rarely use. This is so pretty. I'm so happy with this. Okay, and now for the book reviews. This turned out so pretty. And I realized that these 2 colors are the same. Like, I would have never guessed that if I have not put these 2 next to each other. And yes, this book cover is much bigger than this one, but I have printed this last month and it's perfect, so I did not want to reprint this just because I wanted this a bit smaller. I did not want to throw it away, so yeah, it's slightly bigger, but that's fine, no one cares. Okay, and these, oh man, these stickers are just perfect for both of these series. and I am also very happy with this spread. And I have to say, guys, that I think this is my favorite month I have done in my reading journal. Like, everything is just perfect, and that does not happen often. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to see more of my reading journal, there is a full playlist you can go and watch, and also here will be my latest video if you want to see what I am up to. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have absolutely lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.